All right, so I'm going to teach you how to do a pull quote in this tutorial. And what I've done here is I've created a page that doesn't have anything on the top, that just has a story and a headline and a byline on the bottom. And a lot of students tend to do at least one story that's 5 columns across, especially on an interior page. Now, pull quotes usually shouldn't go on front page. Front page people, you have too much to fit in on that front page. So this is really more for the interior page designers. So if you have a story that doesn't have any artwork with it and has text that goes 5 columns across, this can get a little overwhelming. And so what we're going to do is add a pull quote. And so we're going to make up a random quote. And so the first thing that I want to do is I want to, similar to how the bylines are designed, we're going to draw 2 lines, a line on top, a line on bottom, and a text box in the middle. So to draw a line, you're going to click the line tool, which is under the T on your toolbar on the left, and you're going to hold shift, and I'm just going to draw a line right here. We can move it. I'm going to make it three columns across. But by holding shift, what I'm able to do is make sure that it's straight. If I don't hold shift, then it's going to be all kind of wonky. So then I'm going to draw another line, and I'm going to go about 3 inches down, I think. We'll go here. And again, I'm holding shift. And you as a group can decide what colors you want this stroke to be and how big. I think in the Thunderbeat, what we end up doing is one line is purple and one line is gold. I think the thicknesses are a little bit different. If you wanted to make the top line maybe 2 points and the bottom line 1 point, just to give it a little bit of contrast there, that can be pretty effective. And whatever you want to do. To change the color on the stroke, though, or to put a color on the stroke, you're going to use right here next to where you change the size of the stroke. And just for fun, I'm going to make one of mine red. Whoops, I picked the wrong one. It's the bottom one. Red. And then this one, I'm going to make green. There we go. Red. There we go. So now I have 2 different colors for my stroke or my rule that's going to go in between my pull quote. Then I need to draw a text box. So I'm going to hit the T, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this one so I can kind of see where I am. I'm going to draw a box like that. And I'm going to make sure the box is 1 pica away from both of my rules there. I'm going to move that down just a little bit. Take this all the way to that purple line, and you notice when things are aligned right, it turns green. So watch for that. All right. So there we go. So now I have a text box, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let's say that my story down here on the bottom is about a puppy invasion. Okay, and I have this interesting quote from a source about this puppy invasion. So I'm going to use what they said. I'm going to put it here, and we're going to make that stand out in the middle of the story. So I'm going to use quotation marks, and then I'm going to make up a quote. We're going to use the golden retriever actually said my name. Okay, and then we don't do these the way we do captions. Here we're going to go 2 dashes and then whoever said it. And I'm going to just make up a name. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Okay, now we need to make this big enough so that it actually has some impact in the middle there. So we're going to select all the text, and we're going to bump this up to 24. And what we find is that I have overestimated the size of my pull quote. So we're going to pull this up, and we're going to pull up this line. And so it's just going to depend on how long your quote is, but I'd like to make the text boxes bigger to start with so I know what I have there. Now, in the Thunderbeat, the other thing that we do is we make the quote italic. Okay. All right, now we're going to group all of that, and we're going to text wrap. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can move this. If everything is grouped, I can move it all at once, and I'm going to move it so that it's in the middle 3 columns. And then zoom back in. And now, instead of having 5 columns of text with nothing really to break it up, now we have a little pull quote here that breaks up that text. When you move the pull quote into the body text, you're going to have overset text. So remember, you click on the red plus sign, click over here. I've got a lot apparently. So this is going to take me a couple of times to get rid of it all. Select it, delete, select it, delete. Then I need to highlight the box and delete the box, and now I don't have any errors down here. No overset text, and I've got a nice pull quote, and this counts as a creative element on your rubric. So that's how you do a pull quote.